Now, what is an Oracle instance? The database system consists of the Oracle database plus the Oracle instance. The database are the physical and logical structures, but the instance is the memory plus the background processes. Now, we have just discussed about the architectural components. You said the Oracle architecture has the storage structures, it has the memory structures, and it has the process structures. So your memory structures and the process structure, these two constitute what we call your Oracle. It is through the instance that you are now able to access the storage, the physical files that are there. So every time an instance is started, a shared memory area called the system global area is allocated and the background processes are started. So when you say that I have started an instance, it means that you have started your memory and the background processes. So what are processes? Processes are jobs that work in the memory of the computer. So all these processes that are running on the Oracle database to execute or to do different things, those are the ones you're calling the background and the foreground processes. Note, a database has one instance. So if I have two databases, then I have two instances. A database instance cannot be shared. Very important to remember. Later we're going to see a situation where you can have several instances for that database. Okay. Now, because an instance exists in memory and a database exists on disk, an instance can exist without a database, and a database can exist without an instance, because we had earlier mentioned that the storage, this one here, the storage is mapped to your disk. Either it's an appliance you're having or your normal computer on your hard disk or something like that, but your files are stored on disk. Now, those files which are sitting on disk, they exist there permanently unless you delete them. So they can exist actually without an instance, right? And that instance can also exist without a database. Just to recap, so what constitutes an Oracle database? Oracle database is your storage plus your instance. The Oracle instance is the only way to access data on disk. So it's through the instance that you access data on disk. When the instance is down, your data is safe on the database but cannot be accessed by any user or application.